to Sin City Prepping. Today we're back in the kitchen and we're making pickles. So pickling is a great way to preserve your food. We've been making pickles for a couple years now. We found they taste great and they're good for you too. The probiotics that happen during the fermentation process are good for your stomach and your immune system. We only need a few materials and some ingredients and we can make some delicious pickles. The very first thing we want to do is preheat our oven to 225. We're going to sanitize our jars, our rings, and our pebbles. I just put them all on a cookie sheet. Keeps them all together and easy to place on the rack in the oven. Once it gets to temperature, we're just going to place it in the oven. We're going to leave it there for 10 minutes, and that's going to sanitize everything for us. All right, next we're going to use our filtered water and we're going to dissolve our pickling salt. It's important to use filtered water because chlorine will stop the fermentation process. We want to use pickling salt instead of iodized salt because of the same reason. It'll interrupt the fermentation process. Now we just want to dissolve this and then we'll shut it off and let her start cooling down. While we're waiting for the jars to sanitize and for the salt to dissolve, we put all the dry seasonings in a bowl and set it aside. All right, our jars are sanitized. We're gonna pull them out and just set them aside. The salt's all dissolved, so we're gonna turn this off and let it start cooling down also. Today we're using these mini seedless cucumbers. They're organic. There's actually pickling cucumbers you can get, which are just a smaller looking cucumber. I've tried using the English cucumbers. These smaller ones just seem to have a better flavor, so that's why I'm going with these today. You need to wash them up, and then it's very important on the end of them that you trim off at least a 1/16 of an inch off of each end. There's an enzyme in there that'll prevent the pickling process as well. So we're just gonna slice off the end and just get rid of it. If you find any soft spots while you're washing them, just cut it out and get rid of it. The bay leaf is supposed to help keep these crispy, but it won't make a soft area crispy. So right here I have an area that's soft and I'm just gonna get rid of this. Now, you could absolutely use a knife. I used a knife forever. I got a mandolin for Christmas. If you use a mandolin, make sure you're using the glove that comes with it. Otherwise, you could look like this. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off all the ends so it doesn't get mixed up with my pickles. Do a slice, see if it's the right width you're looking for. I like mine a little bit thicker. It's about the right size for my pickles. You'll want to make sure that the jar is cool enough to handle. If you end up setting it down on a cold surface, it'll explode. So I wait till they're cool enough to handle before I put anything in them. So from here, you just put all your dry ingredients in. We also have some apple cider vinegar we still need to add. And then you put all the cucumber slices in. You want to pack them in pretty tight. If you're doing spears, you get them in super tight as well. Save room at the top because we're going to put the pebble in, and this is just a weighted piece of glass. You don't have to use this. You could use any other type of weight you wanted, and it's just going to hold them down once we put the fluid in, and it keeps them submerged under the brine solution. Once I pour the brine in, we'll put the little fermenter lid and the ring on. And all this is it kind of looks like a baby bottle tip, but it has a hole here that allows the gases to come out, but nothing to come back in. If you don't have one of these, they say you can burp them. If you have a solid lid, once a day you would have to undo it, burp out the gases, and then screw it back on. I just went with one of these so I didn't have to worry about a jar exploding in the cupboard. Let's see how I do with one hand. We're just gonna put our brine solution right into the jar. I wanna make sure all the cucumber is covered. Leave just a little bit of room at the top. I think I made extra. Here we go. And then screw it on. Don't screw it on super tight, otherwise it'll be really hard to get off when it's done. There you go, so I just placed mine in a cupboard. I put a paper towel under just in case it does end up leaking just a little bit. As we come in the next couple days, you'll see that the brine starts to become cloudy, and mine always take about 5 days. It depends on taste, so after a few days, pull one out, taste it. If it still tastes cucumbery, and put it in for another day or two. This is day one. You can see the brine starting to get a little bit cloudy. Don't mind the sauerkraut in the back. All right, it's been 5 days. We have to check the pickles, see if they're ready. You can see they're nice and cloudy. And the expert here.
I don't know about expert. Another day.
Oh, not ready.
Another day or two.
Put them back into the cupboard.
Another day or two. Not quite done.
It's been 6 days and the pickles are finally done. So now all we have to do is take the ring and the fermenter lid off. And yes, I washed my hands. Take the pebble out. And then we just close it up with a leak-proof lid. And this goes in the fridge. All right, that's it for today, guys. Hope you got something out of this. This recipe was super simple and it's easily customizable. Love to hear in the comments your recipes, or if you've tried this, what you think of it. Until next time, keep prepping.
You washed your hands, right?
Yes, I washed my hands.
Are you filming? You're gonna tell me when you're going.
Filming.
All